Yo, as you already know, working on the ambulance, working as a first responder, it's a pretty dynamic job, and the odds of being injured are pretty high. If you want to avoid it, stay tuned to this video. I got you. Negative, we're like 300 yards away in traffic. So I done seen it all, man. I've been in about 5 different ambulance accidents. I've seen my partners get decommissioned from bilateral knee fractures. I've seen people drop patients. I've dropped patients myself due to lack of communication. And all these dynamic situations that we're in, I mean, think about it. Just the other day, I had a person, just to picture this. A person ended up on the tracks. Their foot got amputated. We get on scene, we're seeing the blood going. We're, look, full of goosebumps. I don't know if you could appreciate it on the screen, but as soon as we identify this person, they're full of blood. Their face is full of blood. It looks something out of a scary movie. Half their shoe is on the other side and their foot is completely cut off. We're seeing the blood come out, waiting for the engineers to turn off the electricity. As soon as they do, we finally get on the tracks. And who do I see on the tracks? Police officers. They don't know what they're doing as far as extrication. They don't know what they're doing as far as patient care. I do. So what do? I jump in the tracks. I help them put the person on the longboard. I put the seat collar. I strap her in. They're ready to lift. I'm like, wait, let's put the top strap. Remember, I said it before. I'll say it again. The person's majority of their weight is in their torso. So luckily we put that strap on because the adrenaline, the people were just in a rush to help this lady whose blood was squirting out of her foot, arterial bleed. We put on a tourniquet, put in the IV, large bore IV, on the train tracks platform. And why do I say this? Getting this person from the tracks onto the train, from the train onto the platform, from the platform up the stairs to the street level while everyone had their cameras, where everyone was recording while the patient was screaming in agony and we were helping her out. I had to use my body. I had to be physical. I had to get on the tracks. I had to be functional. I said it before and I'll say it again. The key for you to be a person who's able to help somebody is to be able to help yourself. How can you help somebody else if you're unable to help yourself? One of the indications of health is there's some random things that you would never think are indication of health. For example, can you get up from the floor without using your hands? How strong is your grip? Your grip strength is directly proportional to your cardiovascular health. So I say that to say this, my people. Stair chair jobs, stretcher jobs, extrications, basically everything we do is a dynamic situation. Especially if you work in pre-hospital care. If you do interfacility transports, not so much. But in real emergencies, it is. So the best way for you to avoid any type of injury is to do a hypertrophy focused workout. It's to be mindful, first and foremost. It's to be able to help the person. It's to have your nutrition intact. It's to not be a motherfucking hypocritical healthcare provider. If you're a healthcare provider who leads by example, the odds of you being injured are much less because of the simple fact that you're healthy. Usually people that are injured, get injured, or are sick on a regular basis, it's because they're fragile. Their body is weak. The same way the dashboard on your car tells you change the oil, the same way the dashboard on your car tells you to change an air filter or check engine. It's the same thing that happens with your body. It's giving you signals. It's giving you signals with ailments, with stress, with confusion, with depression, with feeling down. Think about it. How do you feel after eating Five Guys? I'm sure in the moment it's euphoric, but after you're done, you're lethargic. A person's natural state is not to be lethargic. It's to be energized. It's to be confident. So if you have to deal with, which you will inevitably, whether you're on the ambulance, off the ambulance, whether you're at work or not at work, as a healthcare provider, the key for you to be able to help somebody is to first be able to be helping yourself. The key to being good at being selfless is to first be selfish and help yourself. That way you're more apt, you're more capable to help somebody else. So if you have a stair chair job, here's some actionable items. Lean on the wall if you can. If there's a wall, use the wall to brace yourself as you go down. Make sure you communicate with your partner. Be careful to rely on the handles, because sometimes those handles are loose and they might break mid-stairs. I've seen people drop patients because they did not communicate. They did not keep all their hands on the stretcher. So, when you got a stretcher job, be sure to put the top strap. Always use at least 3 straps. Torso, hips, legs. For dynamic situations, when you're in a scene and that person needs to be extricated from a car or from some train tracks or something along those lines, you have to be mindful. Watch your step. Proceed with caution. Don't let the adrenaline get the best of you. I said it before and I'll say it again. I was in a car accident. I was in an ambulance accident. The EMT crashed the ambulance because he let the adrenaline get the best of him. My overweight partner fell down on both his knees and was decommissioned as a paramedic moving forward. His career was over. I was in the same accident. My body was propelled from the captain's chair right when I was going to intubate that person with a heat stroke. And I went up and hit my head very, very hard at the top of the ceiling on the ambulance because we were T-boned and almost got flipped over. So, to avoid the negative consequences of tripping on a crack on the floor or the accident-prone profession we have, you need to make your body stronger. So, the gist of the message here is, my people, help yourself so you'll be able to help somebody else. I hope this helps. And if you have any questions, if you want to know any information, if you want me to make a video about anything, just comment down below and let me know what you want me to talk about. I got you. Peace.